Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to discuss about what are the difference between the facial palsy and the Bell's palsy. Both palsies is occur due to the pathophysiology of the facial nerve. Firstly, we are discuss about what are the physiology of the facial nerve. It provides motor innervation of facial muscles that are responsible for the facial expressions, parasympathetic innervations of the oral cavity and the lacrimal gland, and sensory innervation of anterior two-third of the tongue. In the facial palsy, it can be permanent, last for years to life, and in the Bell's palsy, it is temporary, cure within 3 months in the 90% of the cases. Facial palsy, it is an upper motor neuron disorder, but in the Bell's palsy, it is a lower motor neuron disorder. In the facial palsy, it is a loss or the weakness of the facial muscle function due to dysfunction of the facial nerve. Bell's palsy, it is an idiopathic acute peripheral facial nerve palsy. What is the pathophysiology of the facial nerve palsy and the Bell's palsy? Central innervations tends to be bilateral for the upper face. We are talking about the facial nerve, forehead muscles, and unilateral for the lower face. As a result, both central and the peripheral lesions tend to paralyze the lower face. If forehead is not affected, the patient is able to raise fully eyebrows on the affected side, then the facial palsy is likely to be an upper motor neuron. But if the paralysis, which includes the forehead, such that the patient is able to raise the affected eyebrows, then it is a lower motor neuron disorder. Although both upper and the lower motor neuron lesions result in the muscle weakness, they are clinically distinct due to various other manifestations. Unlike upper motor neuron, lower motor neuron lesions present with the muscle atrophy, fasciculation means muscle twitching, decreased reflexes, decreased tone, negative Babinski sign, and the flaccid paralysis. Facial palsy varies based on etiology. For example, trauma can lead to nerve damage, while infections can cause inflammation and the swelling of the facial nerve. But in the Bell's palsy, it is inflammation and the swelling of the facial nerve leading to compression within the bony facial canal. मेस्टोइड बोन, क्योंकि फेशियल नर्व जो है मेस्टोइड बोन के करीब से गुजरती है, तो वहाँ पे अगर वो इन्फ्लेमेशन या स्वेलिंग होगी तो उसके ऊपर कंप्रेशन आएगा. Here you can see in this picture upper motor neuron lesions and the lower motor neuron lesions. In upper motor neuron, paralysis of the contralateral facial musculature. You can see in the left side, if the upper motor neuron lesion hai, then the contralateral lower half of the face is affected. Unable to smile on the affected side but can raise the eyebrows. But in the lower motor neuron, paralysis of ipsilateral upper and lower facial musculature. You can see here, it is lower motor neuron. If the lower motor neuron lesion occur, then the ipsilateral upper and the lower half is affected. Patient is unable to raise eyebrows or smile on the affected side. Then what is the clinical representation? Facial palsy, it is unilateral or bilateral, depend on the underlying cause. Patient may able to raise eyebrows. But in the Bell's palsy, it is unilateral facial weakness, often with a rapid onset. Patient is unable to raise eyebrows. Onset facial palsy varies, depends on cause, can be sudden or gradual. But in the Bell's palsy, it can be sudden onset, usually peaking within 48 hours. Now we are discuss what are the symptoms of the facial palsy and the Bell's palsy. You can see in both pictures. Facial nerve palsy, inability to wrinkle eyebrows, drooping eyelid, inability to close eyes, inability to puff cheek, asymmetrical smile, drooping corner of the mouth, and dry mouth. But in the Bell's palsy, smoothing of the forehead, inability to close eyelid, and drooping of the mouth corner. You can see in these slides, loss of facial expression. In facial palsy depend करते हैं cause के ऊपर कि cause क्या है. इसके symptoms जो है facial weakness, paralysis, difficulty in closing eyes, drooping of mouth. Other symptoms similar हैं Bell's palsy की तरह ही. You can see sudden onset of facial weakness on paralysis on one side. जिस side की facial nerve affect होगी उसी side की जो है वहाँ पे paralysis होगा same side का. Loss of facial expression, drooping of the mouth and eye on the affected side. Loss of taste, sensation on the anterior two-third of the tongue. Site of lesions, facial palsy occur due to upper motor neuron, Bell's due to lower motor neuron disorder. How can we diagnose the facial and the Bell's palsy? EMG, through EMG, oral examination, ocular examination, and the neurological examination. In EMG, electromyography, neurophysiological tests that evaluate the health and integrity of the facial nerve. Small needles inserted into selected facial muscles, and patients are asked to contract these muscles. Ocular examinations, patient often unable to completely close eyes on the affected side. Oral examination, taste and salivation often affected. In neurological examination, all cranial nerves, sensory and the motor testing, and the cerebral testing. How can we test the facial nerve? थ्रू ENOG के थ्रू कर सकते हैं, EMG के थ्रू एंड नेट के थ्रू. ENOG, electroneurography, measures of the amount of intact axons relative to the healthy side, used to determine prognosis preoperatively. In EMG, it is used for the muscle viability, and in the net nerve excitability test, it determine prognosis for the facial nerve recovery. What is the treatment? Facial palsy based on the underlying cause, antiviral medication use कर सकते हैं if it occur due to the infection. Then in the Bell's palsy, we can recommend the patient corticosteroids, analgesics. Then what is the recovery? Facial palsy may it depends on the underlying cause and can vary widely. But Bell's palsy, most people recover fully within 3 to 6 months. Thank you.